right, guys, we're back with another Dirt Dudes podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the RedBull Scramble series, something that we're actually going to be competing in just a week, actually, of this recording, and it's going to be the RedBull Snow Scramble in Coatmish, Michigan. It is kind of a similar concept to the RBOR series that we compete in. It's going to be an hour and a half long on about a 5-mile track, 6-mile track, and RedBull's holding it, and they've done multiple other races of this series, this RedBull Scramble, that you want to call it. And behind the scenes, we've been doing some preparation here, and to be honest, we're not even close to quite being done, but we're closer than we were just a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
In one of the last episodes, you saw Nick's car for just a few moments.
Oh, yeah.
He has been preparing his RS1 for quite a while now. It's been quite a process. Totally revamped the car, changed it up, and we'll talk about the car and what he did to prepare for it and everything. And then we're also going to just break down this series, and all of us are going to be competing in this next one.
Yeah.
Everybody but Lauren. She has her car, but she has one ride into it.
Yeah.
Maybe not just.
I have maybe 2 hours total of wheel time in any machine. So
certified.
Maybe
ripper.
not just throw it right into a Red Bull race.
let's not do that.
Yeah.
So I say we jump right into this and we start like breaking down the series itself. So there's been what is there? 5 of them so far?
Yes. So 5 races. I believe they started out with the Mountain Scramble out in Pennsylvania, Stone Scramble in Tennessee, Sand Scramble in Glamis, Ice Scramble in Iowa, and then the Snow Scramble right here in our backyard at Coatmish, Michigan.
Nice job, Nick. Nice job, Nick.
Yep. So should be pretty sweet.
I don't know the fine details of all those races because they're all like kind of based on environment types.
All different.
Yeah,
they're all different.
It is. You know, so I think Red Bull is trying to get this series going as like an endurance race, a hare scramble. Anybody that's ever done like dirt bike hare scrambles, you know, it's all different terrains. And that's kind of what Red Bull's approaching here. So just kind of throwing it all over the country, all different terrains, countrywide. And in my opinion, that's some of my favorite kind of racing.
Yeah.
Is endurance racing. I mean, I love track. I love all that kind of stuff. But in the woods or just an endurance, a hare scramble, you know, man against the environment, machine against the environment.
Yeah.
It's kind of my favorite, honestly. Hey, laugh, but it's the best.
Man versus environment.
Yeah, man versus environment.
It's a little more than just skill when it comes
One
to that
man,
kind of racing.
one RS1, different environment.
It
Strategy.
is, though. It's more than just racing. It is. It's strategy. It's can your machine last that race?
Yes.
You know, it's a whole different kind of.
It's similar to like what we do in real life when we go to Baldwin, per se.
Yes.
And it's like it's a big loop. I mean, we're there to rip it and pretty much lay it down.
Yeah.
And I mean,
we're racing all the time.
Yeah. and honestly, we've done this style of racing more than we've ever done any kind of style of racing.
Yeah, the RBOR
Yeah.
series has prepared us for this exact thing.
100%.
Nick has more of these RBOR races under his belt than any of us. But we've been doing it for now for what, 2-3 years?
Yeah. And it's a ton of fun, man. I mean, so in this upcoming race next weekend, February 19th, 2 different classes, sportsman class, pro class. Zach, Jake are going to be racing the sportsman class, which is going to be chaotic.
Yeah.
Like for you guys, it's going to be nuts. There's
a lot of
supposed to
How many
be,
people are in there?
I think 47.
Oh my gosh.
I want to say 40. That's the biggest race. More people than any RBOR, any race before. I mean, 47 people on a 5-mile track.
It's going to be really ridiculous. I mean, I signed up for sportsman because I thought it would be not as chaotic and not as much pressure.
Buckle up.
But it's pretty much the exact opposite. Like if I
Yep.
had the chance and my car could pass tech for pro, I would just jump to pro.
Right.
I have way more of a chance of winning in pro than I do in sportsman.
There's literally 47 in sportsman, and I think 15
16,
in pro.
I think.
16
Yeah,
in
I think
pro.
it's 16.
Actually, I know somebody that signed up for pro, and they dropped out. So 15.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 15 people in pro. So you're talking a fraction of racers from pro to sportsman class.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm gonna ask the tech guy, and if it's like, hey, will my car make it to pro? I'm just gonna go pro.
He's gonna jump to pro.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? That would be the smartest thing to
Slide
do.
in Benjamin.
Yeah.
A man is past tech.
That's funny.
I don't know.
The whole thing with tech too has been a kind of a crucial thing with this because it's I'm not gonna lie, it's not been the easiest process. We've been working with Red Bull now for a while. Like we did a B-roll film to promote it a year ago for advertising. I mean, we've been chirping it now for a little while. I mean, we chirped it as soon as we were able to. Like we've known about it. We knew the series was going to be at Twisted Trails, but like Red Bull's a little weird. They don't want you to tell them about what you're doing too soon. I get it, just in case it doesn't work, but like, hey man, people need more than a month in advance.
Yeah, they do definitely keep things a lot or really secret, very vague.
Yeah, that's what we've been battling is the rule set. It's been very vague. It's not. It seems super in depth and strict, but then there's just like these weird things that don't quite make sense. You get confused if it's if the sportsman class rules and the pro class rules are the same. I don't know. There's just also at the top it says the race director that is doing all the tech can deem your vehicle safe even if you don't have all the requirements. So it's like, what is the things that are like kind of whatever? They do say on some of them like 5-point harness recommended. So you could probably get away with a 4-point. Like when it says that stuff, I think that's where it plays into play or whatever. But some of them like the cage requirements for pro, it's like they want triangulation on your A-pillars and stuff like that. Something that's really unrealistic and nobody has.
Right, 100%.
Because the concept of the race also to keep in mind is when they approached us and we talked to them and everything and we're telling them our ideas of what the race could be is like they wanted Joes versus pros and then they come up with a rule set that's not really
Super
meant
pro.
for a Joe to be able to go against a pro.
Because you gotta have a full-blown race car.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
So.
And like we've taken my RS1 and we've transformed it into a full-blown race car so I can compete in the pro series. And
It takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work,
You got
man.
weeks. He's got weeks
dude.
and weeks of work.
Seriously, it's been a grind on getting that car together. And even when they release original rules, my car still doesn't even really technically pass.
No.
For the pro. But like Chief was saying, the tech inspector will deem your car safe even if it not quite hits requirements. So like there's a couple small things like they wanted a full under skid plate, metal
Like a
skid
metal,
plate.
metal
skid plate. I think that's the only thing we're actually missing on the RS1.
You don't have triangulation in your A-pillars either.
No, but if they don't pass that cage, come on, man.
Nobody is going to be able to race.
I mean,
It'll never
there's
be
no
a pro
one. I mean,
first show,
I'm climbing it through the window. Come on now, please.
Well, I mean,
everybody can afford to build a race car.
No,
It takes time.
that's the whole,
money.
and the concept of it is Joe versus pro,
Yeah.
so it's like it defeats the purpose. And keep in mind, this is their first time doing it and everything, so there is a learning. Even though they're Red Bull, like apparently there's a learning curve. I mean, I'll tell you, there's definitely a learning curve.
Yeah.
We have been constantly chit-chatting back and forth with questions and just. I don't know. It's not. They're a big corporation, and anytime we've dealt with anybody, like when we went and did the Ken Block thing with the blog guys, when we did do the promotion stuff, when you deal with those stuff, it is it's not like our regular videos. It's like it's just us recording and we know what to do. Those guys try making it they overthink it, in my opinion, is basically what it is.
It's a high caliber video.
You say high caliber, but it's. I don't know. It's like they didn't even use the footage. Whatever.
Is it genuine?
Yeah. I don't know. No, it is what it is. Though.
They want it to be high caliber.
Yeah, they want it to be high caliber. So it's like we out of the races though, like the mountain and stone scrambles. Wasn't that all? That was in Tennessee, right?
So I believe the
Pennsylvania for the mountain.
Yeah,
one.
mountain scramble was in Pennsylvania. Stone scramble being in
Tennessee. I think it was like at Brimstone or something like that.
Man, I would love to try that.
Yeah.
Yep. So when we went,
Really?
I want to do the whole series, dude. Why not?
I mean, it sounds sweet. I mean, I hope we.
Sweet.
Hey, Guys, maybe
Hey.
comment below. Should we next year when they do this series again? Should we try competing in every single one?
Yes.
I think so. I mean, that would be
Easy.
super awesome.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, Glamis, all of that.
Red Bull, you hear that? You should really sponsor us to do that,
I
and we
will
can do all the promotions
full
for you guys and get
Yes.
actual
Just
butts
pay-
in the seats.
Just pay us
real,
the
dude.
travel there. We can handle the
Yeah,
rest.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, Travis Pastrana left you guys.
Yeah. We're next.
You can you can divvy out how much you paid him between all of us. I think that seems pretty fair because I bet you that's
You'll
enough
probably
money.
do less, and we would
Yeah,
still
half.
be ecstatic.
No.
I will
Joe
send it for you,
Schmo
Red
over
Bull.
here.
Never let off the gas.
And I've seen bits and pieces of clips here and there of those races, and I don't know. Some of them look pretty wild.
They do, man. I mean, I watched parts of all the series, and I mean everything from the mountain to the stone. It's all pretty nuts, dude. The sand scramble.
The sand scramble is in Glamis.
That looked
Yeah.
really fun.
That looked awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
Mitch Guthrie Jr. out there in that Pro R,
Killed it.
Ooh.
killing the competition,
Yep.
dude. He was smoking people out there. So yeah, I'm actually really excited that Red Bull is putting something like this together. You don't actually see a hair scramble series really ever. You know, you always see Crandon, you see ERX,
Yeah.
you see people down there racing at Durham Town or Texplex, and it's all short course. It's all, you know, a different style of racing. And the hair scrambles, in my opinion, it's my favorite kind of race. You know, we've
I
done.
agree.
Yeah, and we've all done different. We've done county fair races where it's short course racing. We've done ice, racing. But in my opinion, the hair scramble, that endurance, that hour and a half long of you have no idea of what's gonna happen. You could start out strong, dude, and be like, I'm holding first place, first 2-3 laps, killing it. Blew a belt. Here comes a general passing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just tanking it by you. You just never know in those races. It's
Strategy.
It's so much more than just racing. It's strategy. It's when do I pit? When do I do? There's so much more to that hair scramble race, in my opinion, that just makes it so much more exciting. So I'm really pumped that Red Bull is putting something like this together.
Yeah.
And I hope that in this next season, that it goes a little bit smoother for them, and just really. I'm getting hung up here.
Sorry.
Hang on a second. Pulling my cord down.
Quit saying that.
You're done. But I'm just hoping that in the next season here, that we can compete in more than just the snow scramble.
Yeah.
That'd be
And
awesome.
and just kill it out there, man. I mean,
If you could pick one scramble series to do, what one would you pick?
ooh, man, that's a tough one. Because I've watched a lot of them. I've watched the stone. I've watched the mountain and stuff. The sand is so awesome to me out there.
Yep,
Just,
I agree.
especially in Glamis, being
Yeah.
out there and ripping that. But it's hard to say, man. I would if I wasn't gonna say the Glamis, I would have to say Stone Scramble
I did
in
not
Tennessee.
actually see anything on
Interesting.
that, so I gotta check
No,
it out.
oh,
Yeah.
it's cool, man.
I would
Yeah,
assume the
it's
stone
awesome.
and the mountain got to be pretty similar.
The mountain, no, actually, believe it or not, the Stone Scramble seemed more competitive, like more technical.
like crawly, like
Yeah,
slower.
The mountain scramble
Interesting.
was a lot of uphill, a lot of just
Mountain.
mountain. Yeah, exactly, dude.
No.
oh,
Stop.
It's not downhill.
it was really mountainy.
I mean,
Are there stones in the mountain? I just need to know.
it's such a different variety of racing that honestly, all of it would just be so cool. Like to go out there and just compete in the stone, the mountain, the sand,
Yeah.
the ice, the snow. I mean, you're talking about every kind of different environment, every different
Terrain.
One
terrain.
man, one RS1, multiple
Takes on.
environments.
Right here, dude, right here. No, it just seems super cool. So
Heck
I'm definitely pumped for this race. I'm definitely pumped for the next season to come out.
Yeah.
I am super, uber excited because Zach hasn't raced, and I don't even know. Well, okay, I know how long. It's been the Saginaw race, and Zach failed at the Saginaw race. So we need to go back, and actually the race before that was the RBR race where he overheated, failure again. And then we go back in the one before that, and he won.
Yeah. I won an RBOR race.
So you're
He did.
due.
That's
You are
awesome.
due. I'm really excited for all three of you guys to be racing. I'll be on commentary duty, so I mean, it's probably gonna be top notch.
Well, actually, Lauren and Nick will be recording me and Jake, and then
Yeah.
we'll swap roles because
Yeah.
it will be just Nick and the pro, unless I swap classes.
That'd be sweet,
I
dude.
don't
That'd
like
be
that
sweet.
idea, dude. I want to
We'll-
race with you.
we'll
so we
bring
can
our-
both podium.
We'll bring our Andrew
Man,
Jacksons.
imagine you guys getting 1 and 2 out there. How cool would that be?
I'll tell you what it's gonna take to podium is qualifying very well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Especially in the
Same.
sportsman class, because if you're
Yeah.
battling a bunch of cars, it's twisted trails. We've done a bunch of races there, and in the RBR, if you are really far behind in qualifying, you can be in hell because all it takes is one
100%.
person blocking a lane,
Oh man.
And there's
and it will
also
ruin
not,
everybody else's
there's
race.
not a lot of crazy like passing areas. I mean, you are literally through the woods. There's a couple spots, and I'm gonna be honest. If you don't have experience with the park, you might be in a smidge bit of trouble.
It's
And even us, like we have experience in the park, and even then, it's like,
I think it's just going to be jumping on the opportunities of where you can pass.
That definitely-
Which is
you
gonna
have to
be tough.
Aggressive.
There's no separation between NA and turbo either, so that's
No, you know,
it's true.
so
Nick's going to be competing against these turbos in the
Yeah.
pro class. So
I guarantee you that I'm the only NA
in the
pro class.
I bet
Oh,
you
wow.
money. Yeah, you
I
are.
bet you
I
are.
guarantee
Wow, I
it.
didn't
Unless
think
there's a
about
pro
that.
R, that's the only reason.
Which
I want to
he's
see
gonna-
one.
he's out there still killing turbos in the pro R.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So, you know, and that's my biggest concern about doing this race is having the only NA, most likely the only NA car out there. The hardest part for me is going to be the qualifying. It's going to be hard to get a good qualifying spot. You know those turbos, if there's even a little bit of a stretch to where the turbo can open
Yeah.
up and boost up, it's going to drop me. Even if it's at, and we all know in the RBOR, it comes down to the second,
Yeah.
to the seconds. You could have a minute 13, okay, in a qualifying, and then all these turbos have a minute 11.
You're
Just
never gonna
2
compete.
seconds. You can't catch that. It's so much hard. And
For an hour and a half too, so it builds up more and more and more.
It builds up. It builds up. I mean, like I said, in the qualifying, that's going to be my toughest move. I have a feeling on getting a good qualifying spot. In the race, I have a little bit more advantage over the turbos. I feel like just because being an NA,
The
I don't
tight
really,
stuff.
I
You're
don't
a
really
little
have to worry
smaller.
about a belt blowing.
No.
I can hold that RS1 to the floor.
Don't really have to
and
worry
be
about
fine.
gas.
I don't have to worry so much about gas,
You
fuel.
also, and also you're a little bit smaller in those trails.
Exactly.
We
The-
know what that park looks like. It's
Exactly.
weight in some spots.
Yeah.
And the RS1's so nimble. I mean, I'm just being I can watch both tires. I know how far I am from everything. I know that car really well. I know how it goes through the woods. So that I have an advantage on. So coming into this race, you know, for the pro class, it's just going to be, do I qualify really well? I don't think I'm going to qualify the best.
As long as
but-
you're mid-pack.
even if I'm mid pack, but you know what? That's okay though. In the last RBORs, I've qualified mid pack, and I felt like I built my way back
Every
up.
time.
Yeah, every time.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? So that's
Even after flip over.
even
Yeah.
after flip over.
He's flipped in
Even
more
though-
of his races than he's not flipped.
Yes,
That's a fact.
exactly. Even though if I flip over and I hold up the whole pack behind me, which I've done.
That's a good plus too. Like, okay, say Turbo or something else flips in that race, they're done. Nobody's getting out to help them. Nick flips over. If he's in a right spot, Nick can flip over that RS1 by himself.
This is true.
He
this
can
is
get
true.
back up and keep going because
And
he's already flipped over.
And I'll
in
tell you
every
what,
single
I've been
race
doing my
and
push-ups. I've
finished.
been doing my pull-ups.
He's just flipping like rant. All right, he just rolls it over and be like, "All right, I gotta get this by myself. Here's
Yeah,
my
it's-
practice."
I think we should go outside maybe in the next couple of days, flip your car over and practice you
Just,
flipping.
you just see me out there just 1-2 in my car back on its feet. You know what? We did that enough today.
Yeah.
We all got our workout in today.
Not we. Just Jake.
Well, we all helped.
Yeah,
with
no,
pushing
we all
it.
helped.
We got our workouts
We had
in.
a couple flip overs today.
Yeah. You guys should have already seen that video
Yeah.
by now.
Yeah, that was just hours ago from this right now. So
It was.
I'm still recovering.
He still shook up.
And if the video doesn't show it, these flip overs happen within 100 yards of each other.
They
Yeah.
really do. It is. It's seriously at the top of a hill and the bottom of a hill.
Oh my God. I was very surprised it even happened.
I'm not. No offense.
Whatever.
All right, quick break in the video, guys. I want to talk about Classic Motorsports in Traverse City, Michigan. Great dealership with great people. They are competent. They can tell you what you need. You ain't going to be dealing with somebody that knows less about your vehicle than you. They can tell you what you need. They work with all sorts of aftermarket companies, L&W, Fab, RPM, Wayland Speed, Aftermarket Assassins. Hey, you need some clothing to go with all that riding stuff? 509, FXR. They got helmets, gloves, you name it. They got it. Classic Motorsports in Traverse City, Michigan. Link is in the description. All right, if you guys want to come to this race, it is in Copish, Michigan. It is going to be all Saturday. It's going to be the whole day, basically. Come hang out. You can watch Sportsman. You can watch Pro. If you want anything from us, like merch, stickers, we're going to have all that there. The race, let's go over here. Friday, if you are participating in this race, keep in mind, Friday from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. on February 18th, you can get your car passed for tech.
Do that.
I would recommend
Do
doing that.
that.
Make your life
Either.
easier, especially if something happens. Like
Exactly.
maybe, because like we mentioned earlier, the rules are kind of weird, whatever it may be. You're like, oh man, I need to do this to make my car pass tech or whatever
If you need
it
to
is.
go get something.
You need to go do
to
it.
Classic.
You got time. Classic Motorsports, hit them up.
They'll have
Traverse
what you-
City,
Yep.
they'll
They'll be
probably
open.
most likely
Ye-
have anything you will need.
Yeah, and I'm sure Classic will have a bunch of stuff out there. And even then, at Twisted Trails, they have a general store with tons
That's
of
true.
parts.
Fluids.
Everything
Most
you
basic
would need.
stuff.
Yeah, mostly basic stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
they're
But they keep a pretty good inventory.
they
I
do.
will say
They
that.
good. They keep a good inventory. So
But come prepared.
there'll be things there. There'll be things at Classic Motorsports just in case. But yeah, we recommend being there Friday if you're racing to tech in just in case.
If you don't, you got from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Saturday to get your car into tech and pass. And that's
Right.
right before the race.
Exactly.
And then going from 8 a.m. to, it doesn't even have a time. That's kind of weird.
I think the race
It starts at 10 a.m. Actual racing starts at 10 a.m. So I'm going to assume from 8 to 9:30 or something like that will be
Yeah.
practice and qualifying.
Will they
Right.
have? Are we gonna have multiple opportunities to qualify, or is it one and done?
It's a hard.
Does anyone know that yet?
I'm not sure.
No idea.
I was just wondering that.
Yep.
We're probably
I'm
the
gonna have to
closest thing to
assume-
come to this race of actually having direct information,
Yeah,
and we don't
it's
even
tough.
know.
I'm gonna have to say it's probably gonna be one and done on the qualifying.
Well,
I bet you money because there's
Yeah.
going to be almost 60 to 80
that's
racers.
true too.
yeah.
You can't be
ready.
doing doubles.
No, and you know it, and it's like if they're doing tech from 7 to 8, and they want, let's say, for example, qualifying from 8 to 9:30. I mean, if race is at 10,
Yep.
you know, that gives you an hour and a half to qualify 80 racers.
Not much.
That's
time.
a lot. That's not a lot of time to
No, it's
qualify.
not.
That is
It's gonna
not
move
a lot
quick.
of time.
No,
they
it-
better be. I mean, we have done this
Yeah.
very similarly for the RBR races, and it
It takes a while.
Never. It
takes a minute.
I will
never
say
is
in the
that
RBR
fast.
races, like the most I think that's been participated is about 42 racers, maybe a little bit more. I'm not exactly sure, but they will do things where you can buy in and qualify more. And sometimes it gets out of hand because people are just going one and again
Well,
and again and
I
again.
think in the
True.
RBRs they allowed 3.
Again, though, they're not
3.
Red Bull. These are people, like local people that
Right.
run.
Weekend warriors.
This is gonna be. I feel like this is. I'm at least hoping and thinking that they're gonna be on their shiz nuts and just be like, all right, here's it is, line it up, go, 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 and then be.
I think it's gonna move quick, so be ready.
Red Bull will be at Twisted Trails the whole week, basically prior to the race. So they're going to be prepping the track. They have bulldozers, everything you can name. I think even groomers coming out there to really prepare this track and get it set up right. And we know the track a little bit. We have a good idea of what it's going to be. And for spectator view, even though it's like a 4 to 5 mile track,
there's some decent
there
spots.
is a lot of spectating view, so you guys will always have somebody to see, especially in the sportsman class with everybody participating. Maybe not in the pro class because there's 16 compared to freaking 50 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
so crazy.
Yeah, okay, so the sportsman will be really good because there's pretty much always going to be somebody coming through. You might have like a 1 to 2 minute gap, and then you'll be like, oh, there comes first place again. Who's in first now? The pro class might be a little bit interesting.
47 races.
I just can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah. Are you guys ready?
No.
You better start mental preparing right now.
Even though I'm in the pro class, I feel like you guys have to bring your pro game.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what it is
I mean, that's so much.
Zach's wearing the Pit Viper. He's already preparing.
Yeah.
I can start thinking about it.
I was thinking of it today when we were riding through the snow. I was like, all right, if I'm really trying to boogie through the woods, right, and it's snow like this, because I was breaking through the snow, fresh pow.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
like
a lot of freaking four-wheel drive drifting. And with me being
really
a wider base car, and I know the trails there, it's going to be a super battle for me. Jake's Pro XP will definitely perform better. Here's one other thing we're going to say. If you're participating in this race, I know this podcast is not going to give you enough time or anything like this, but studs are allowed, but they're only eye grips in their race series studs. I'm not going to get in depth on this.
Cold cutters.
You can't do cold cutters. It's a pain in the butt. It's no control of us. I wish this information was out sooner. Blame Red Bull. You can leave comments on their stuff.
We're not running studs at all.
Yeah.
That's not our fault.
Me and Jake will have no studs, and Nick might have studs.
I might have studs, and
we're going to push for it.
And that's even if I get them teched in. They might not even be deemed by Red Bull to run.
Who knows?
So who knows? It's so vague.
Yeah.
And like I said, we just got this information literally
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Yeah. So
after we got told that we would be able to have other stuff.
well, you can't say.
We ain't talking about this.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into it, dude.
Yeah, we don't want to get into it. The stud things kind of put a
Not
taste.
our fault.
But we also understand that
It's their first year.
it is their first
just
year
Red
doing
Bull.
this. Yeah.
They'll find out.
They'll find out.
They'll find out.
They'll learn the hard way. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
this is a snow joke. They'll find out.
you say snow joke?
snow joke.
That's good.
Let's. I'm on the Red Bull's website. It is to do with the Traverse City. I'm at the Twisted Trails Off-Road race that we are participating in. These are just not random. These are frequently asked questions about the race. Where will Red Bull Snow Scramble be hosted? Obviously, Twisted Trails Off-Road Park in Cottbus, Michigan. When is the event? It is February 19th, 2022. Yep. What time is the event? It starts at 10 a.m. and the 19th of February. Is there?
You should be there on the 18th, though.
Yes.
Unless you're just spectating.
Unless you're just spectating, just come up and watch them. Just make sure you're there before 10 a.m. And I'm pretty sure the spectating seats and everything, they're going to have more than what is usually there at Traverse City. Or, God dang it, Twisted Trails.
Twisted Trails. Jeez.
We're coming to Traverse
If you were
City.
wondering.
It's in Cottbus, Michigan.
I have a lot of things on my mind right now. We have a lot to do this week.
Yeah, it's going to be
It is a busy week.
Okay, so let's just... All right, so Red Bull gave everybody like what, a month's advance? We've known about this race for over a year.
Let's not tell everybody that.
Still are not ready. We still are not ready.
We're busy boys creating content for you guys.
Yeah. But if
If
you're
you're
wondering,
subscribed, hit the
all,
subscribe button.
we also
Please.
have all jobs.
real job.
And actually 2 jobs. We all have 2 jobs at least.
Yeah, this is our second.
Yeah, for real.
This is a job. It's no joke.
Is there an admission fee for spectators? No, there is not. So if you do come spectate, it is completely
That's
free.
cool, dude. I did not know that.
Yep.
That's why we're here.
And just a couple.
I mean, I knew it.
I didn't know until just now.
And just a couple other things. So they're gonna have twisted trails, nice and plowed out. So there'll be easy parking for everybody.
Hopefully.
For the for
It
the
will be.
racers, they're gonna have an actual pit row.
Nice.
So we're gonna be able to set up a nice pit area.
Yep.
And yeah, for the spectators, it's gonna be free. There'll be seats and everything. Everybody can come, chill out, and or spectate. You know, the short course, and then I have a feeling there's gonna be another spectator spot towards the bowl area.
It'll be 2 main areas basically you can
exactly.
spectate on.
2 main areas you can come and spectate on, and yeah, it should be pretty well set up.
Are there prizes for the participants? Yes, there will be prizes for first, second, and third place for both side-by-side pro and side-by-side sportsman class. For I was about to read it like Anchorman right there, dude. For more details, click on this link.
Details.
Sportsman class, you win what? About $2,000 in total prizes and a wheel package.
So anybody that is participating in the race and they've seen the rules and they saw what the winning thing is, I think it actually changed a little bit. I think they actually upped their game. They're putting
Nice.
more money on the table.
Good deal.
Nick, I think, has more information on this than me because he actually talked to the person.
Yeah, so they did kind of up the prizes for the classes. So I know first place pro is going to get a $5,000 voucher for Polaris accessories.
Whoa.
Which,
That's nice, dude.
Which would be pretty sweet. And then
Pretty sweet. What do you?
Su-
that would be
super sweet.
ridiculous, son.
$5,000.
Polaris accessories. Unless you drive
What
a
would you
Can-Am,
get?
then it's a bummer.
Yeah, sucks to suck.
But no, so yeah, first place is going to get a $5,000 voucher for Polaris accessories.
And if you're a Can-Am and you win, I'll pay $2,500 for that gift card.
How does that work? I
know-
guess that makes sense.
That's kind of why I paused,
Did
because
they
I'm like,
look-
man, what if
wait.
you are driving something else? I don't know.
Did
Sucks
they
to
look
suck,
at
dude.
Did they look at the registry of the pro and they're like, well, all Polaris says let's sign them up for
It
that
might
discount
be.
we got.
And I'll tell you
Put 'em
what,
in the-
I don't know. That is a
everybody in
good
the pro
question.
class is running Polaris. That kind of tells you something.
that does.
Get a Polaris.
Yeah,
Uh,
unless you want to give us a Can-Am.
yeah, I know, because they're actually pretty sweet.
Yeah. For free though. We'll only take it for free. Or half off, I guess.
So yeah, so first place is going to get a $5,000 voucher. Second
nice.
place is going to get, I think, the KMC wheels, some money, and rims.
And I think they get the BFG Goodrich tires.
Yep, and the
also.
BFG Goodrich tires.
Nice.
And then
I think it's the UTV series that they started like a few years ago.
awesome.
yeah,
couple years ago.
exactly. And then in the sportsman class, it's going to be, I think, the same thing, like $500 cash, wheels.
That's not the same thing. That's significantly less.
It's half less. I think in sportsman they're gonna get like a $500 cash prize, wheels, tires, and then second place would be like $250, something like that. I don't know the exact specifics on it, but I will say the prizes for first, second, third pro and sportsman class, they're pretty sweet. It's not like it's
Best prizes we've ever been.
best prizes we've ever
had
had.
the average.
They
good.
are really, really sweet to win. Even if you just take podium in any class, pro or sportsman, first, second, or third, you're coming out really sweet.
Sitting pretty, man.
You're sitting pretty. Like that's a
yeah.
huge thing. And then even if you come in fourth place and you don't win anything, you still did good. Don't doubt yourself.
Dude, you raced
Yeah.
in a Red Bull race.
That's
How
you're
freaking
racing a
cool
Red
is
Bull
that?
race. I mean, out of 47 racers, I know you guys are racing sportsmen. I cannot believe 47.
Quit freaking him out, dude.
And
Quit freaking him out.
Are you giving me anxiety?
I literally don't care if you guys place the top 5, top 10.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
killing it.
I just want both of you
out of
top 10.
almost 50 racers.
I
Yeah.
want both of you top 10. That's what I
Top
want.
10. If you guys get
If I
top
don't
10,
finish top 10,
I think
I
we'll
retire racing.
Dude, if you don't
You
finish
sell
top
it.
10, Zach's going to turn into like a psychopath.
I think we
and
got
literally
it.
just.
I do get a little weird.
I think we'll qualify.
He's going to be mad for the rest of the day.
If I could say anything, riding in Lucy today, man, your car feels so good, dude.
Heck
It is
yeah.
so clean. It's so smooth, dude.
She's running good.
Can you just
She's
put a
running
couple
great.
studs in her and she'll do something?
It literally, we just can't get the studs. That's the only problem.
What if we get your car teched in and we just stud it the next day?
with cold cutters?
Yeah, with gold cutters.
Yeah.
We just
Number
don't
12.
tell
We're
her.
gonna have to edit this part out. All right, let's
I'm gonna try to
finish.
find studs during the week. I might.
Let's try.
Get on
Let's
it.
finish out these series of questions. When will the pit area be open? It's gonna be 7 a.m. So that's for the racers.
Saturday morning.
Will my vehicle need to be approved for the race? Yes, all of them will be approved. We covered that. You need to be either come Saturday or you need to be there from 7 to 8 on. You either come Friday from 12 to 7 or you come Saturday from 7 to 8. Sorry
Which
about that.
we recommend coming Friday,
100%.
just in case your car has a problem.
Oh yeah.
You can fix it, make sure it's ready to go, tech it in Saturday, and race.
Will there be any practice time? Practice / qualifying laps will start at 8 a.m. on Saturday. So time practice laps on a shortened course will serve to seed riders according to their fastest lap time. Sorry about that.
That's worded different.
No,
What
I-
just happened?
That
That
was
almost seems
I
like
need details.
right?
practice laps on a shortened course will serve to seed riders according to their fast. Oh, they're saying like the qualifying course will be on a shortened version of the actual course.
I'm assuming that might be like on the short course track.
It will be. It's the same thing that as the RBOR series. They do
Yeah.
a shortened, like just
Yeah.
little area, but you do get a actual practice lap of the full track. I do believe. Don't hold me to
Okay.
it. It does not say it clear in this information, but
No, that's
that
you
is-
said it.
Yeah, I said it. Blame
It's
me.
out there.
Blame me.
He said it.
And also, if you go on to the Snow Scramble event Red Bull website, it has the actual. I was about to say it has the actual course
It has
on
the
there.
short
It has the short course.
going into the sand.
It shows you the qualifying lap, I believe, but it doesn't actually give you the whole racetrack. So,
Oh.
what is the point of even having it on there?
Yeah.
I mean,
and,
if someone doesn't even know what Twisted Trails is, it gives them an idea.
That's
And,
true.
No, not really, but whatever.
and we went back
Just
in
look at our
November.
videos.
And when we went back in November and we worked with Red Bull on kind of laying out the track, we got a pretty good idea on it, but we haven't rode it since then. I will say that.
No.
We haven't had any practice on this track.
Dude, there was barely any snow when we rode that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there was
This
like
is
no
literally-
snow.
this
So
is
if you think we
literally
have an
ice
advantage, we do not.
and
We
snow.
do not.
Ice, snow.
Yep, we are just about as oblivious as anybody else. I will say there's not really anything super technical. Like,
Right.
Well, the
like,
technical part is going to be you not sliding into a tree.
that's the most technical
Probably
part.
that's about it.
Exactly.
Being clean in the
Big fact.
corners.
So, like in the
Sure.
RBOR series that you guys seen us previous videos, you know, there's a Joker path
Yeah.
that you can take or you can avoid, and the Joker
Very
path is real
damaging
technical.
paths.
It's
Yeah,
not
no.
going to be anything like that.
I don't
It's
think Red Bull wants you to break.
no,
They want it to be
no.
a smooth
And-
race
and-
through the woods.
Your biggest factor is going to be what is the weather this week in Northern
Yeah, can we
Michigan?
chime in on that? Because I'm jacked. about it.
Yeah,
I've been talking about it all
Jake
day.
just told me this like 40 times.
Where's
dude.
the green screen?
Meteorology.
Can
Yeah.
we just put the green
So
screen
over
behind
here,
Jake and be
we're
like,
actually gonna have a cold front coming through. I'm not even joking. We're gonna have like 6.
I'm not even joking.
inches.
It's no joke.
No joke. There's like 6 to 8
God
inches
dang.
on the ground right now, and we're gonna have a snowstorm the day before the race if nothing changes.
Maybe even during the race. Actually.
Yeah,
That's
they're
true.
calling for another 6-ish inches, maybe more. So
Bring your
Which,
hats and gloves.
Yeah.
Be warm.
it's gonna be cold.
Come watch us
Be
race.
warm.
Yeah.
Or if you're participating, let me go around you.
We'll have horns. Beep beep.
Funny.
It's getting real, guys. This is going to be the first event. All 3 of us are going to be participating in.
I
So
didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
It's going to be a doozy, guys, and I really hope to see you guys out there. Like I said, we'll have merch, we'll have stickers. We'll do everything in our power to try getting it to you. So,
and if you guys
100%.
want some like aftermarket Assassin's parts and you just want to come talk to us, you could probably make an order through us right then and there.
100% you could.
So
I can if you
feel free to come chat about that.
Yep.
I'll take notes.
You know, just because the website's not up, like we said, you know, you can still get what you need. So
yeah, we're not
just
saying
hit me up, be
don't
like,
buy aftermarket assassin part. We're just saying buy them through us.
Yeah.
The wing.
And we can work with you there. We can work with you on pricing and stuff. Like, just maybe kind of convince you not to go just directly through the website.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't go to Evo. Buy aftermarket assassins.
Yeah. Very reliable, great company, and
affordable. For the most part, affordable.
Pretty killer.
For the most part.
I like it.
Pretty killer. Yeah. It's the best.
Jacob's
And honestly,
machine sounds
dirtdudesutv@gmail. Hit us up.
Yeah.
We can get you
Get
set
that
up.
stuff.
Get you
Thank
all
you,
the
Lord.
recommendations that you really need. And that's not just from us trying to sell you parts. That's from experience.
100%.
Amen.
It
I just want to see you
really
guys
is.
out there ripping.
Can I get a name, man? That's no joke.
That is no joke.
February 19th is the Snow Scramble race in Cobish, Michigan. Be there or be square.
Be square. I mean, don't be square.
Yeah,
be
don't be
there.
square.
Yes.
Come up, say hi. Appreciate all you guys for watching. Links in the description for Patreon, Teespring, you name it. For Patreon, you do not have to donate $100 a month. You can donate
$1.
$1, $5.
$1. If every one of you subscribers just donated $1 a month,
And-
$1 a month,
Dude, come on.
you would change
That would.
all four of us.
Yeah. And if
Our
you don't even want
lives.
to donate,
Dude.
just hit that like button.
Hit the like button,
Watching
share it
our
with your
videos.
friends. Please
Yes.
subscribe, because that is overall the most important thing, is that you guys are
100%.
watching this video. And thank you so much. And stay tuned, guys, because all three of us are going to be participating in this
my
race. See how it all ends. It's going to be chaotic. Looking forward to
It's
it.
going to be insane. I can't wait.
If you want EAA parts, dirtdudesutv@gmail.com. That's a wrap. See you in the next one.
Later.
Yeah.